Have you ever been driving home after fishing and had to be home at a certain time, but after getting on the road and driving, you realize there's a little bit of time left? I ran into this situation and I did the math in my head, and I knew if I stopped at a little lake on my way home, I'd have 26 minutes from the time I got the boat in the water to the time I had to go load it back on the trailer to make it home in time. Some of these trips are kind of fun when you do that because it was a rush, but you have to rely on what you know on that lake to get on the spot with some fish and see what you can do with that little bit of time. The key to making this work is I had a spot marked with some deep rocks so I could just run right to it, start casting, and see if the fish were on it. There was no time to move around. It was either get a bunch of fish or go home empty-handed. But anything was a bonus because I wasn't going to stop here in the first place. When you make your first cast and hook up with a fish, I don't know if it gets any better than that. In limited time, you have to be very efficient. And when I pull up on these deep spots, I'm using heavy jigs because when I cast that out, it gets to the bottom fast. And if the fish are there, they're going to hammer it. Some of these casts are getting hung up in the rocks, and that's not always a negative thing. You can see as I jerk that rod and try to free that bait, when it comes off those rocks, a lot of times a fish is sitting there looking at it, and when it breaks free, they hammer it. This fish hit that 3/4 ounce all-terrain AT jig with a Texas cross skirt and a Berkeley green pumpkin power chunk for a trailer. Having good electronics and using them is crucial if you're trying to make the most of your time. I'm always glancing down, looking where my next cast will be, or just keeping an eye on what's out in front of me as I'm working my jig back to the boat. Having the Humminbird 360 show me the entire layout of the structure I'm fishing lets me put every single cast on the spot. If you are on the spot, you're more than likely going to get bit there. Here's a cast where if you watch the rod tip, you can see it loads up on a rock, and as I pull on it, the jig comes over it and a fish grabs it. It's just rock solid on that hook set. The bonus of fishing deep spots on limited time is if you get on one and there's fish on it, there's usually more than one, so you can load the boat in short time. Not every fish has been a giant, but on a short trip, I'll take every single bite I can get. Even when you're short on time, you can work your bait slow like I'm working this jig, because if you have every cast on the structure and you're in the fish zone, you can get by because you're not wasting casts. There is nothing better when you make a decision like this than sticking a big fish to end that short little trip. Man, it feels good to put big fish in the boat, especially when you run a 26-minute outing. It makes it easier to wait for that next trip. Hopefully the next time you're heading home, looking at that clock, wishing you would have stayed on the lake for just a few more minutes, will make you remember this video and make you take that exit, pull into the access, and drop your boat in for one last cast. 20-pound floral, 3/4 ounce AT jig, Berkeley trailer, Texas cross skirt. This thing is lights out.